I'm going to add my lye water to my melted butters and oils. Then I'm going to split this off into 3 containers. Americana matte red is in one, black oxide is in the other, and then some TD is in another container there. I'm just going to get this to emulsification because I need it to move slowly because the soap has like 5 layers before the frosting. I'm going to go ahead and add in my fragrance oil from Wholesale Supply Plus. It's actually a essential oil fragrance oil blend called Peppermint Stick, and it really smells like a peppermint stick. So if you really want a mint candy smell, I highly recommend this. In their testing, it says that it behaves well. I've not used it before, so we shall see. So I'm going to just eyeball how much black I think I'm going to need because I only have 2 layers of black. And then eyeball what I need of red, and there's red throughout the soap until the frosting layer, of course. And then, of course, I need white. The white and red are almost equal parts, just a little more white than red. As Katie, the Duchess of Suds, would say, I need to scrapey my big container and get all of the soap batter out. Don't want to waste any of it. Then I'm just going to give them each a quick stir, going from the white to the red to the black. And when I am ready to pour each layer, I will then stick blend them as I go so that hopefully they will stay fluid enough for me to work with. And you tell me that's not a Christmas red. I love this red. I have tall and skinny molds that I've had from Brambleberry for several years. I use these quite often. I have the little dots there for my embeds. I have some straws, and then, of course, I made my little candy pieces. It's going to be a tight working area to try to get everything in and keep the layers straight and the molds clean. There's just not a lot of room in there. I've put the molds into a cedar box because these do tend to bow a little bit, not a lot, but it's just enough that it will bother me. Now the black oxide is looking a little gray, and I've read before and heard other soapers say that yes, it will tend to be a little gray. You can't really get a true black. So here I'm adding some activated charcoal because I really want this to be black. It's part of Santa's suit after all, and the name of this soap is going to be Santamint. So I'm gonna wipe off the red from the other container and go ahead and give this a blend, but I don't want to over blend because I have to use this in 2 separate layers, and I'm worried about how long it's going to take me to get each layer into the mold. The red first layer was great because it was just poured in, but I want to keep the layers. They don't have to be perfect, but I really want them to be separated and not all mingled together. So I'm going to set this aside, mix up my white, and let that set up a little more. Okay, so it's still a little watery, so I'm just going to have to be very careful. And my spatula here is a small spatula, but still I think it's going to be a little messy trying to get everything into the molds and not get any of the color up on the sides. But I'm going to do my best. I just love that black soap. I just want to go swim in it. Anyway, my layers of black are on. I fast forwarded and accidentally cut out. I layered more red on the top, and then on top of that red I poured another white layer and then a mix swirl. Now I'm mixing up my frosting, and I will give you my recipe for my frosting because it gets really hard. I'm also going to add a little bit more of the peppermint fragrance oil into my container, and now I'm mixing up some TD with some water. I'm also going to add some pearlescent white mica and a scoop of glitter in that container that I am going to add to my soap batter. But this recipe is really white typically, but I really wanted this white because of the peppermint. And it sets up to a really good consistency and fairly fast. And it's a recipe that I actually found on the internet about 4 years ago. And it just is perfect for frosting. I will not need this. It makes 32 ounces of soap, or there's 32 ounces of oil. So what I'll do with the extra is pour it into a little guest mold, set it off to the side, and I'm going to at some point put that in my salad shooter and make some snow for a soap that's coming in the future. That'll be Fraser Fir scented. I have some fir essential oil that I want to use, and it won't have as many layers, I promise. This one is going to be a little challenging for me. It has been, trying to get it into the mold like I want it to be. This batter does move not so fast that it's not workable, but it does set up fairly fast. So I need it to be at a good medium trace. And it's here. I'm going to plop on a layer so that I have a good coverage between the red and the piped frosting that's going to take place. I will tell you now, because I'm editing this as I go, I somehow did not record my piping. Gonna give it a spritz of the iridescent glitter from Brambleberry. And now I'm gonna put in my straws. I've not used the straws before, so my husband and I ran to Hobby Lobby yesterday and grabbed some bags, and silly me, the bags of straws are 12 straws per bag, and I'm making 24 bars of soap. And I know this because I've planned it out, and I bought 2 bags of the red straws. Turns out I really only needed 1 of those. I could have gotten some other colors because I needed to cut the straws in half so that they were the right size for my soap. But oh well, lesson learned. Now I know. I do like them, and will probably use some others in a future soap. I'm new to making videos, so hopefully they'll get better as I go. Making sure my straws are about the same height in the soap. Now I'm going to get my little homemade candy pieces, and they are also scented with the same fragrance oil. So I'm just going to put them all down, 3 down each side, and then once I get them all on, I'll flip the mold around and put at least 1 piece of the candy bits on the opposite side of the straw, because there is a lot of white space there. I did not get a good picture of that to show you, but trust me, it needed a little piece of candy. Now on top of these candies, I also rub them with the pearlescent white mica just to give them that candy look. And I think it did a really good job. You probably can't see it from here, but hopefully when I do a close-up of the soap at the end, you'll be able to see it really well. So after I get all of the pieces of candy on, I'm going to, again, spritz it with some rubbing alcohol, 91%, and then I'll add some extra glitter to make sure that the candies are kissed with that glitter as well. Some of the pieces are a little larger than I wanted them to be, so I'm going to give them a quick cut, which means I'm probably going to grab my pearlescent mica and give them a little touch up. I didn't realize I was going to cut them, so I don't have handy a paintbrush, So I will just use my finger to touch up a couple of the pieces with the iridescent or pearlescent white mica. This smells so good, you just want to give it a big lick. But I don't recommend it. Almost done, yay! I actually dreamed this design. I don't know if anybody else watching does that, but I dream about soap. I watched so many soaping videos. My daughter called me one day last week and she said, "Mom, what are you doing?" And I said, "Watching porn." She said, "What? Watching porn?" I said, "Yeah, I'm watching soap YouTube." So soap YouTube is porn for me. The only kind that I'd watch. I spend a lot of my day with the Soap Gal, Kathy McGinnis, and Katie Carson. I've watched a few of Tree Marie because Katie mentioned her a few days ago. Let's see, there's so many. Eden's Garden, I watch a lot of soap videos. While I cook dinner, my computer is in my kitchen, so while I'm cooking, YouTube is on, and it's all soap videos. One last sprinkle of glitter so that it's all icy and cold looking. And yay, it's done! And it's so cute. I hope it's cute on the inside when I cut it. And here's a close-up. Can you see the iridescent on the candy pieces from the pearl mica? And here's the cut. Unfortunately, I did do a video of me making the cut and somehow it got erased. But I love it. It's a perfect little holiday soap for gift giving. So I think they'll be a hit. And they certainly smell yummy enough to eat. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel. And thanks for watching.